Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
Narwhal's horns always grow to the left. They twist. But every single one of them goes to the left.
Really?
What happens if it goes to the right?
They don't.
But what would happen?
I have no idea because they don't.
Then it's a social outcast and it doesn't make friends. And then it's the one narwhal and elf that goes, "Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad."
Is it really a narwhal then?
What?
Well, actually, it would be an exceptional version of a narwhal, which I believe is referred to as a wonderwall. Anyways,
Oh,
welcome
that's
to Geeks
good.
Corner. My name's Cameron. I use the hashtag Geeks Corner to talk with us tonight about the really bad puns I've already made and will continue to make.
It's just gonna get worse, guys.
It really is.
Or is it going to get better?
Depends on who's saying them.
Oh, okay. That's fine. All right. Well, as we speak, people are walking out of Disney California Adventure after saying goodbye for the last time to... Am I wrong?
No, you're right. It's just currently as we speak, people on the street are doing things.
Well, they're not on the street yet, but
Screaming!
A Bug's Land closed tonight for its last time.
Wow.
They shut the door,
I didn't like that.
closed the gates.
Wait, what Bugs Land gates? There are no gates to Bugs Land.
Bet you there will be tomorrow.
That's gonna be a wall.
Same difference.
It's gonna be a construction that's gonna be like,
It'll
pardon
open.
our pixie dust.
There'll be things that open now.
Sandbox tomorrow.
Whoa. Anyway, that's why I'm dressed like I am. It's a funeral for bugs.
Okay.
That's why I'm dressed like I am. That's not true. I wear this every day.
Also
Every
true.
day.
Yeah, thank you for getting that slang in there.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Anyway.
I was translating.
I appreciate that. Good.
As we... What do you think about the closing of Bug's Land?
It's leading to better things. Bugs Land served its purpose since opening. It has been a great place for little kids to be, but it's a limited footprint over there, and they need to do what they need to do to get cool things in.
Sad but necessary.
Is there anything you'll miss from Bug's Land?
So I was thinking about this today. I have a distinct memory from Bugs Land. So I was trying to think today if I
She has
really...
one memory from Bug's Land, everybody. One memory.
I do only have one. From when I was
And
an
it wasn't from when we were there on Sunday.
No, I don't
remember anything
I don't remember that. I blacked out. No, when I was a child. And this is really dumb, but it's my memory that I have from my childhood and DCA 1.0. I saw It's Tough to Be a Bug. And I thought the amped 3D glasses were so cool. And so I didn't recycle them.
Squints.
Oh, man, we should have gotten a
Personality.
picture of this.
And then, because I was an anxious child, much like I am as an adult, I got really scared somewhere along Paradise Park area. And I went, oh no, like, what if they see me with these and they, like, kick me out of the park? Because I shouldn't have taken them this far. And then I, like, left them, like...
So you did the hard part, but then you didn't... Okay.
Anyway, that's one of my memories.
Do you have a memory, Cameron?
Yes, we went to the parks for the very first time with my nephew Brendan.
Oh.
And he had a very long, hot day, and he didn't run eagerly into the water. He just dejectedly walked into the fountains. He just went, "I'm done," and just... I watched him like there was this moment of like, oh no, he's gonna get all wet. We're gonna have to deal with that the rest of the day. And it was like, there's no stopping him at this point. He's just,
Did it help?
Oh yeah, he was great.
Oh, okay,
He was
great.
great after that.
Favorite attraction in Bug's Land?
Heimlich.
Seconded. Yeah.
It's great.
Heimlich is the shining star of a Bug's Land.
And it's really because of Heimlich himself.
Yeah.
It's not actually the attraction, it's Joe. Like, his voice.
And the watermelon. And the animal
And
cookies.
the fork in the road.
But they could have made it anything. Like, all you have to do is hear his voice and you're just happier because of it.
Yeah. And smell cookies.
Am I wrong? Like,
Well, I'm trying to think, and there are several examples of things that would not be okay, but like,
but
yeah,
it could be cantaloupe instead of...
yeah. I mean, he could
I
read the
just
phone
wanna
book, it would still be
smell
entertaining.
good things.
Actually, that'd be even more entertaining. I feel like.
We could smell.
Aaron Harrison, why is he first?
We could smell phone book smell.
Can we
Is that
pause
something
Can
people
we stop
like?
the show for what is phone book smell in detail, please?
And why are you so excited about it?
We're not moving on until you tell us.
Yeah. Is this something you do?
I mean, did you get into the delivery game just so you could get that noxious fume amongst you?
Yeah.
Have you bottled it yet?
Yeah.
Okay, go on. What does it
Do you
smell
really like phone
What
book
does it smell like?
It's like book smell.
It's like book smell. No.
Paper.
But with an element of foam? Like,
Maybe it's the element of having been left on the front porch in the rain. So it gets
It reminds you of
mold. That's
fresh
the word.
cut spring flowers strewn across a babbling brook with a hint of lemon. Why phone book smell? What about that is what kills it?
It's like book smell. Like this.
Yes,
Maddie,
we've established phone book. It's half of phone
Maddie's
book.
not
is
on the
book.
show.
But
It's like, yes, it's like the smell of Barnes & Noble. Just like paper and like books. And like, you said phone books. And I said, yay, phone book smell. Remember? 5 minutes ago?
The smell of books is actually the smell of the pages slowly rotting. So when you go into an old bookstore, you're actually smelling knowledge wasting away. There's an extra free fact for you.
There's your happy DAPs magic fact of the night.
So, someone facts magic. Someone back me up.
Facts magic. Oh, use
Somewhere.
it. Put it up on the internet, please.
Maddie is backing me up. I hope
.com.
Maddie's backing me up.com?
Sure.
What? Oh, you were saying .com to him.
I think the number of this joke is up. Shall we move on? Worse, we told you. We warned you at the beginning of the show. I'm so sorry. Coffee.
As Maddie said on Twitter, if you're following along with hashtag Geeks Corner, Heimlich is finally going to transform into a beautiful butterfly.
He's always a beautiful butterfly.
On the inside.
That's what counts.
So Marvel is going to be taking over this space. If you could pick one thing to be able to experience, and the sky is the limit, that very blue sky is the limit, what would you like to see put in place there?
Oh, I can't say that.
They convert the Tough to Be a Bug Theater into just a recap for people who are trying to catch up on all of the Marvel
the
movies,
last 10
but
years.
it's just the guy from Ant-Man that originally robbed them. That's him recap with action figures.
Okay, so it's like.
Oh, that would be amazing. That'd be really cool. So it'd be like a Marvel
25
version
minutes.
of Path of the Jedi.
Yeah, kind of, but just that guy. Just that guy.
That'd be amazing. Even if they did it where he's overdubbing like they do in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be okay with that.
I
too.
want him like doing the sound effects and everything.
Yeah, he needs to do it just like when he's telling a story. That's cool. What do you think?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. When Thanos snaps and half of everyone disappears.
Half of everyone disappeared. Like
How?
bottom,
Let me.
top.
So are you saying half of the land will disappear? What do you?
Half of the people disappear.
And animals. That's
Well,
been
they're all
confirmed.
gone now. They closed the land.
No, like half, like they disappear because Thanos snaps. It happens once daily. You better hope you're spared.
And do they play Look at That Flick of the Wrist at the same time to reference the previous land? Come on, that was good. That was like a 3-level pun. That was...
Really good.
Thank you very much.
I like hit a roadblock with that one because I was like,
Ah!
whoa. Okay. That's something. I would like to see the stage. The theater you're talking about turned into a interactive show. That's not
Bug ball.
yes, but not like the Jedi Training Academy. More of like Doctor Strange actually doing really cool things with
A
awesome.
magic show?
Yeah.
A magic show would be cute.
But
And
like, and in the form of him, like it starts out with him giving a lecture, and then it turns into him doing all these crazy things. And of course, because it's Disney, a villain has to show up, and
Yeah.
they end up fighting at the end. Haha, everybody's happy.
I just like the idea of everyone going, I can't wait to see the magic show.
Yes.
Doctor Strange doing the magic show.
I want to take it a step further and have Tony Stark Stark Industries has sponsored having.
That would be
we're
cool.
gonna bring a magician out for the kids, and here comes Doctor Strange. Like, I'm not. That's not what.
Yeah.
That would actually be really funny.
Yeah.
And you know they do it as Iron Man because they've done that already before. So you'd have the big screen, he would do the setup, and then
Just what? That's not.
why do you always do that?
And then he would go.
Pick a card.
That would be really fun.
Okay, first of all, if you're trying to emulate the sling ring, you actually have to have 2 fingers up and the ring on properly in order to open.
But I
it.
feel like that should be part of his.
The Force.
That should be part of his show. Is showing how to do that.
Yes.
That would be cool.
Doesn't he do that on Cruise Line?
Yeah, but I think this would be bigger scale
Right, but
because then you could do some really cool effects, like really go all out with it.
That was me being Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange Training Academy.
All right, other changes coming to the. Anything else you want to talk about? The new Marvel land.
I really hope that they incorporate some of those videos we've seen of not real people possibly doing things, because that concept is really, really cool.
It's
Okay.
terrifying.
Especially.
I thought when you started that, I thought you were going to say the Captain America PSA videos. But I'm like, yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
so
like,
you want to get Max Pass?
yeah,
Yes!
that would be really fun.
That would be good.
I like Captain America.
I I'm hedging my bets on it a little bit, and I know something we're going to talk about later, but Captain Marvel, I'm imagining to be a property I'm going to be a big fan of. I would love to see a presence of that, probably.
Attraction, character, both.
Yep.
Entertainment.
Well,
Okay.
all three.
She could join Doctor Strange in the show. Yeah. They're doing a pretty
And she
cool
can be
show.
90s-tastic.
It's not necessarily what I'm talking about, but they're doing a cool, or they did do a cool show in Walt Disney Studios in Paris that had a bunch of Marvel characters doing awesome stuff. Did you see that?
I did. It was
Yeah.
super cool.
That's kind of where the idea was sparked, and then I'm like, but we could do this.
Captain Marvel walks out, but she's in full 90s tourist
Regalia,
like everything, and she's like, magic show?
Let me take a picture. Hang on.
I was saying, in my head, she had the camera too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there super series jeans? Just denim, everything.
Yeah.
Denim. Yep. Everything.
Yeah.
All right. Other changes
Spears.
coming to Are we
Yeah, we're
all
good.
in agreement
I mean,
that
we could
Marvel's
keep going, but it's
Marvel
gonna be
is going to be a step up from Bugs Land,
It's going to be so good.
or is it going to step on Bugs Land?
Oh!
I don't know. We had to go there. It was announced this week that we are going to have. Well, we already knew there was going to be a cantina in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, but now we know it's what it's called.
Okay.
Oga's. Is that how?
Yes.
That's a weird name.
It's space.
I
Mr.
know.
DAPs is a weird name.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. Good thing I didn't come up with it.
It's true.
So Oga's Cantina. It's going to have Rex as the DJ,
yeah.
which we already knew he was going to be a DJ.
They're right.
That'll be fun.
Comments.
Yeah, he's coming back to help us read comments also.
Drinks.
But yes, there's also going to be drinks there that are adult beverages in nature.
Libations.
Who would like to kick off if they think this is a good or bad idea for adult beverages to be in the Disneyland Resort? And I'll just pitch. I have an article up with my thoughts already on dapsmagic.com. So go.
He was like, which one of you wants to go? And like,
I'll go.
as I'm trying to talk, he was like, anyway, what I think about it, I was like, I have opinions.
Good.
I think it's a good idea. I'm very interested to see what it means, because they said that the reason that they are doing this, the reason they are breaking Disneyland tradition, is because it's going to fit into the Star Wars experience. I feel like there's more to it than that, but I am interested to see what drinks are Star Wars experience.
Well, you're in a cantina.
Well, yes. I'm excited.
Have you seen the movies?
No. How do they end?
It doesn't matter. They're in the beginning. Have you noticed cantinas are always in the first half of the film?
That's not true.
You sure?
Yeah, Maz Kanata is the exact center point of the film.
Yep.
I was counting it as first half.
No, it's dead middle.
Like,
Dead middle, minute to minute. It is the meeting point of the film.
does it start before or after the very middle?
Well, it
You
starts
can't
goes
talk to
after.
him about The Force Awakens, because the other day, I sent a picture that was like, tell that to Ganja Club, and he thought it was Star Trek. So,
That was the most Star Trek moment of that whole movie.
It
though.
was.
It really
and
was.
I actually re-looking at it, I'm like, it looks like the new Klingons.
Yeah.
because he went,
They
I
stole
thought
it.
those were Klingons, and I was like, I made it.
I did.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, I mean, not only was
Cameron
it Star Trek,
Cantina.
but there was definitely Dungeons and Dragons creatures rolling around in that scene.
Yeah.
It was just a-
Rastars are beholders.
it was
We
weird.
need to talk
I
about
didn't
it.
finish my opinions.
oh, go ahead.
Opinions.
Keep going.
Opinions.
Thank you.
But I don't see a problem with it, and I even will go as far to say that if it spreads through Disneyland, if it only goes to sit-down restaurants, I don't see a problem with it. As long as it's contained and there's not yellow cups in Disneyland. But I think that as long as it's contained, I don't... like Magic Kingdom. I don't see a problem with it if it's sit-down.
Okie doke.
Can I tackle an even bigger problem that is definitely going to be controversial?
Yes.
Cool. Walt would be rolling over in his grave for this.
I tackled that, too.
Yeah, let's talk about that. The biggest compliment you can give Disneyland and Walt Disney is that it's not Walt's company. He built something that outlived him and changed and adapted beyond ways that he could even possibly imagine.
Which is exactly what he hoped for.
Yeah, like this
That's
is
my
the
favorite
best
Walt quote.
possible result of this, and that the fact that the park is modifying to meet with the needs of a new clientele that he never got to meet is one of the most highest praises you can give to Walt Disney and to this company. So please stop using the Walt would roll over in his grave. If he could see it and it was explained to him fully, the choices are being made by very, very smart people running the company right now, he'd probably be on board.
And he was a very smart person
Yes, he
too,
was.
and very pragmatic, and I just don't... I always think it's dangerous just to try to put words in Walt's mouth anyway, because you really don't know what Walt was going to do on any given day. Like, Walt was trying to build a theme park and his brother thought it was a bad idea, so he financed it himself behind his back. Like, Walt was very, like, he was going to get what he was going to get, whatever that took. And I think you have to remember that Walt was anything if unconventional. And so you never know.
Well, and if you look at it, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is bringing generations of people together. And that's what Disneyland was made to do. Walt wasn't alive when Star Wars came out. That was like a decade before when he passed. But Star Wars is about bringing families together, and that's what it does, and that's what Galaxy's Edge is going to do. Like...
And it's a cantina.
And it's so contained in the way that they're doing it. I think there's this projection from people who are so against it of their own inability to control themselves that they're putting that on other people. Alcohol is legal as in a country, and if that changes, the park would change to adapt to it. But it's legal, guys, for people of a certain age and of discretion. So also, people would like to say, I'm not even going to go to Holidayland. I'll let you tackle that. That kind of is the part.
People want to say
it's a great argument.
This is the first time that it's being served in Disneyland. Y'all heard of a place called Club 33? This is the first time it's being served to the public, but it's been being served in Club 33, and no one has said anything there.
Or other private events that the park has had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's move right along. Let us know your comments with hashtag Geeks Corner or in the comments. We'd be curious to hear what you think.
We like opinions.
And your favorite drink.
Sure, why not?
Your favorite Star Wars
Everybody
libation.
just wants blue milk. I mean, come on.
No one wants green milk.
Well, is it like a Blue Russian is what they're gonna make? I'm assuming like.
I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I'm like, what are they gonna be? I know Star Wars drinks, but what are they gonna do?
Well, I don't want the drink so much as the person serving it to you. I just want the drink slammed down in front of me, and you just hear, "He doesn't like you. I don't like you either." Like, I want that. That's what I want more than the actual drink or not drink. That's more important.
Good point. All right, so there's auditions coming up next week for Mickey's Sensational Parade, which seems to indicate that the parade is coming back.
I'd imagine.
Good or... Well, it hasn't been announced, so we're not going to flat out say it's coming back. But we are going to report on what we do know. And they're doing auditions. What?
And it's a fine, fine line.
Are you excited about the return of potentially Mickey's Sensational Parade?
You know, I really, really enjoy Sensational.
I like it because I don't get wet.
For one major reason is that there's a lot of talent required for the parade in general.
Yeah.
A lot of musical talent that I appreciate something that features and promotes having more artistry. So,
I think it'd be really cool if they put the Disneyland band at the beginning of it.
That'd be neat.
They do that in Hong Kong.
I'm really looking forward. Hopefully they bring it back. The pre-parade where they say, "All right, now everybody pump your fist in the air and yell, hey, hey, hey."
Hey, hey, hey.
I'm really looking forward to Mr. Daps not doing that and like specifically very much holding his camera. So he's just like, "What hands?" Well, we go, "Hey, hey, hey, hey."
Thanks,
hey.
Jenny.
Thank you. I had to fill in for Jenny because she's not here.
That was Jenny. Yep. So you hope it comes back. Looking forward to it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Fun parade.
Finally, tonight we are going to talk about John Williams and the legacy that he has. He was performing with the LA Philharmonic over the weekend at Hollywood Bowl. I purchased a ticket on Friday and went. It was crazy and it was awesome. But he has a legacy of 45 years of composing scores with Steven Spielberg movies, which was really cool. But he's done so much else, music for TV shows, including Gilligan's Island, which I feel like most people don't know, but a lot of other small things back in the 50s and 60s when he was a jazz pianist. And he actually shared that he played... He first conducted at the Hollywood Bowl in 78, and he said in the 50s was the first time he played at the Hollywood Bowl, and he was I think he said a substitute pianist or something, but he was playing piano at the... You don't like that word, do you?
No. The image of John Williams being
actually,
backup.
back then he was Johnny Williams.
Johnny!
Yeah.
Wasn't he credited that in episode 4? Was that the one?
Well, and there's jazz albums out as him as John Williams.
Yeah.
But
That's so good.
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
I don't know, and you probably not if I didn't hear about it. Did they do the violin concerto at the John Williams concert? No. Okay, I figured.
no, they did all. They did one piece that was more recent that he wrote that wasn't a soundtrack, but for the most part, it was all John Williams. They did do a little bit of a tribute for Leonard Bernstein because it's his 100th birthday or something, and so they did a couple of pieces there. But most of it was really awesome soundtrack music, and then Steven Spielberg, the second half of it, was the narrator, and first half David Newman actually conducted, second half was John Williams. But it was really cool. So your favorite soundtrack of John Williams?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go Jurassic Park.
It's a good choice.
Because when we talk about iconography of films, Williams is really good at capturing things, and the frame of reference was dinosaurs, and everything up until that point was kind of corny. I mean, it was like, dinosaurs.
Well, it was either going to be that or it was going to be horror.
Well, and he decided to make something that was grandiose
Gorgeous.
and majestic. And now you cannot associate dinosaurs without his music anymore, and I think that's cool.
And really part of that was Steven Spielberg asked him to do that, and it was a really awesome thing.
I'm gonna go Star Wars. I'm gonna go very specific.
Please do.
Obviously, Princess Leia's theme. We listen to a podcast we talk about all the time. Soundtrack show. They went very in depth on Star Wars, and embarrassingly, he went into Princess Leia's theme and the combination with the Force theme and all these things, and I was literally crying in my car because of how much I love that theme and how moving it is and how gorgeous it is. Like, I am a huge nerd, and I really like that theme is beautiful. So
Cool. I'm between Last Crusade for Indiana Jones
fair.
and Jurassic Park, and I think both of them because they tell such a fantastic story, and really you could pick just about any of them. Like Close Encounters of the Third Kind tells a fantastic story that just freaks you out. And I used to love when I had friends that weren't into soundtrack, they'd come over to our house, is we'd listen to soundtracks because we're geeks like that, and I would always turn that one up because it has that punch.
Pumping parties, man.
And I would scare the heck out of people, and it was great. But that one's fantastic, and yeah.
I just want to talk briefly about how cool John Williams is as a person. One of my favorite videos of him, and we got to see this, I think, live originally. It was part of Star Wars Celebration,
Yeah,
I think.
it was in Florida.
So they did a tribute, they played Leia's theme, and then they kind of stopped briefly, and they went into the main theme, and it so happened that the camera was pointing back at Williams to start it off, and of course they begin with a huge fanfare, and the audience loses their mind. And the best part of it is John Williams just, little smile, chisel face, just like,
Little grin.
I know. It's like he's a very humble man, but also he really knows how cool he is. It's just like,
And he knows what's going to connect. Like
Yeah.
for this concert, he did a couple pieces that weren't on the program, and so he walks out for the second half, and it says that he's going to start with a piece from Lincoln, which is a gorgeous piece. But he walks out, he stands up on the podium and goes straight into Indiana Jones, and like doesn't acknowledge. It's just like and that's exactly what happened. We get the video on my article,
Awesome.
and you just look at the power that music has because of the imagination of this guy. What do you think his enduring legacy is going to be? I can tell you the right answer, but I won't.
I mean, I feel like it's gonna be Star Wars.
No, bigger picture legacy, like not a
like
soundtrack.
individual,
Like
associated something.
what's his legacy?
High caliber greatness.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the definitive voice of theming with film. I mean, nobody does melodies like him. I mean, you think about a lot of the people predecessing him. They're really good at least the good ones were really good at capturing an overall theme and that stuff. But nobody has really done something that becomes as much an element of the film as what his songs do. They don't contribute to it in many ways. They are parallel to many of the other characters in the film. Star Wars, admittedly, will be nothing without him. Like, I mean, those are great movies, but
Any of those movies we mentioned wouldn't work.
Think how the tone would have been different if there was no Indiana Jones music to back up.
Well,
it would
this
have been
is
cheesy.
This is a great point. You can see it on my article too. Is they did the train scene, the circus train scene from The Last Crusade, and Steven Spielberg set it up and said, "I'm going to show you first what I made." and so they played that whole scene like 12 minutes or whatever without music. The thing's boring as dirt.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of dirt there anyway, but and he's like, and here's what happens when you add the brilliance of John Williams. And the first one felt long, and the second one was done like that, and it like, and you don't realize how many sound effects John Williams throws in with different musical hits and whatever as he's going through it, and they're fighting, and all sorts of stuff happens.
His music is the best actor in the films.
Quite often, yeah.
Well, I was just thinking, in terms of like timeline, the other big composer I can think of is Silvestri, and I feel like Silvestri doesn't hold a candle to Williams. I'm so sorry if we have any diehard Silvestri fans, because Back to the Future is good. Back to the Future is very good.
It's okay.
It is.
It's all right.
It's a good.
It's
no,
good.
we're talking soundtrack. We're not talking the movie. Movie's great.
Movie's great.
Movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
Soundtrack's good, but it's not stick with you like Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
See, I would put
and
Howard Shore
Really?
closer
I was
towards.
going to go Zimmer.
fair.
Zimmer doesn't create as many specific themes for character, and that's where I would push
Well,
back
that's-
Silvestri, and I would
I'm
push
talking
back.
level of contribution to the film scene involved.
Okay, I'll
Zimmer
give you
goes
that.
a completely different direction.
Yes.
As for like stripping away things Williams builds.
Yeah.
So they just have two different perspectives, but I would say comparatively, as far as how much they've influenced the modern cinema, those two would be close in my mind. Williams still wins, but
Yeah.
It's also, speaking of Jurassic Park and things, it's very interesting in Jurassic Park the amount of movie that is not scored. He very specifically
plays with space.
plays with
Yeah.
space and knows what it will do if there's not music there, and it's really, really, really interesting. So I think that he's just a genius.
That's very true.
Yes.
One of the things David Newman said at the beginning of the concert that I thought was really cool is he really shared how John Williams took classical music, which or soundtrack music, which was really looked down upon by classical musicians, and brought it into the mainstream. And he's like, there wouldn't be a concert like this we're having this weekend if it weren't for Johnny Williams and what he started. And really, he jumped in and first conducted at the Hollywood Bowl in '78. I think it was because what was the guy that conducted the Boston Pops River?
Oh, you know.
Nobody knows. But anyway, he was sick or something, so he hopped in, and he's like the big conductor of all time. I don't know. I'll look it up some point.
Bugs Bunny.
Yes, that's the one.
I'm looking. Anyway,
he's looking. He's using the Google machine.
yes. But he really stepped in last minute to help save that concert, and he didn't even want to perform publicly before that. Like, he'd never conducted. He's like, no, I just do studios, and so he hopped in, and I think that's just a ridiculous start to what we now have 40 years later, and it's great. What are you looking forward to with the next Star Wars movie in terms of soundtrack? Which character?
Well, Leia's gonna break us. We already know that.
Don't.
And he's so masterful at just pulling the emotion out of it. It's just gonna kick it up to 11. We already
Arthur Fiedler.
Arthur Fiedler's the name. Now we can all
Yeah.
rest easy.
That was going to drive me crazy.
That being said, I think we're going to get the most interesting music in the relationship of Kylo and Rey. I think they're going to have something maybe compositionally that is for both of them.
/ tragic.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to hurt, but it's going to be good.
And I'm hoping there's some really awesome, grandiose piece at the very end. Because I'm kind of expecting this to be a celebratory end.
Oh yeah.
But cool. All right. Well, we are running out of time for tonight, so
Go to thegeekscorner.com if you want to hear us just make a mess of stuff, but repeatedly.
Exactly. Go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, and subscribe to our mailing list.
and make sure you subscribe to this channel as well, and find us on the social media. We'd love to connect with you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you can find us. Yeah, all these places that Maddie put together for us on this
Convenient sign placement.
lovely sign. But anyway, find us on social media. We'd love to connect with you. That's all the time we have for this week, so we'll see you around the corner.